So thanks, Mike, for volunteering. And so I thought we would take a few minutes to talk about how to tell a story. There's actually 4 easy steps, and Mike followed them all. So the first step is to make sure people know who we are: name, city, background. In my case, Annette Zobar, Plainfield, Illinois, background QuickBooks consulting. The second step is to tell what happened. We want to summarize it, not go into all the gory details. And this is going to help more people relate to the story, and it piques their interest to ask questions. So, a story I like to tell is: I had an issue with a Fortune 500 company. They admitted they were wrong, but wouldn't do anything to fix it. So, I tapped the app and talked to my Legal Shield law firm. The third step is we tell what the attorney did. Again, be brief and summarize, just like Mike did. So in my case, I would say a few days later, the attorney wrote a letter to the Fortune 500 company. Fourth, we tell the result. Again, summarize. About 10 days later, I received a phone call from the president's office of this Fortune 500 company, apologizing, but more importantly, they had a solution to fix the situation, and it was better than I even wanted. If you all go to the Team Ascent Facebook page, in the file section, there is a 4-step testimonial card for both the membership and the opportunity. And our weekly Zoom here, it's a great place to practice your story. We'll even help you put it together. So this is going to help build your business and give your teammates help as well. So this week, I'm anticipating a lot of text or Facebook messages telling me you have a story, and I'll even help practice it with you. So thank you so much. I now have the honor of turning the Zoom over to a lady I have nothing but admiration for, Ms. Dani Goeden. Dani, it's yours.
Why, thank you so much, Annette. Yes, stories sell, facts tell. So stories, stories, stories. If you're not using the law firm, you should be. All right. Well, I have the privilege of doing the segment of What's My Line today. And I am honored and privileged to bring this young lady up. She's out of Centerville, Georgia. She's earned a $50,000 ring with her husband, Carlos. Miss Sheila Byrd, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Dani. I appreciate
Wonderful.
you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. We got 5 minutes on the clock. So, how has your background prepared you for your Legal Shield business?
Well, my background is much like Legal Shield because my background is in nursing. I nursed for 28 years. And I was also case manager. And so in that field, really what I did was always helping others. And in my case management role, I always empowered my patients to have more knowledge of their illness, medication, which helped them to be able to make better decisions. And what did we do with Legal Shield? We help people make better decisions every day. So that is it.
That's amazing. Absolutely. Love helping people. So, what made you decide to add Legal Shield to on top of what you were already doing?
Obviously sweat.
Wow. Well, well, my story is one that's quite unique. In my nursing career, I thought that was it. I would never do anything else. But what I found out is that my nursing career was actually going to cap my income. I actually witnessed 5 of my coworkers being let go on the same day. So I didn't have that secure job, and also my retirement looked very glim. Okay, so that's when I realized that I needed to add a plan B. I needed to have something in my back so that it had my back in case I even got let go. And that's what I found with this company, because I was able to actually make more money in 1 hour taking care of a membership than I did in my whole day of working on my job.
That's powerful. I absolutely love that. I know from personal experience of chatting with you that you also work with your husband. What tips would you give anybody that works with their spouse?
Well, working with my husband, I absolutely love working with Carlos. Okay, there's some couples may say, "Oh, I can't work with my spouse," but I absolutely can't work with him. We communicate and we share the business. We work together very well because of that. And so when we go through challenges, we go to challenges through challenges together. And when we celebrate together. So that communication that we keep, we just empower, we help each other wherever our strengths or weaknesses are. One has our back. So that is why I feel that we continue to make it in this business because of that.
That is amazing. And I know that you're also doing Ladies of Justice. What about Ladies of Justice speaks to you?
Oh wow. Now, Ladies of Justice, when it came about, I was automatically drawn to it because I felt so um, pulled by it because it was about women, about empowering women. And, I always wanted my own identity. While me and Carlos were great together, but I was still always Mrs. Byrd. And so when Ladies of Justice came about, it gave me the ability to have my own identity, have my own website, to be able to create my own team in that arena where we still work together because he's my greatest advocate. Okay, so he'll help me recruit to Ladies of Justice. But it does give me that ability to be able to be empowered in myself as a woman in this business, and to be mentored by such great women who are having such success in this business is such a blessing in my life.
That is amazing. If you were to start over today and you were able to tell yourself to do something differently, what would you do differently?
Start over with leadership.
Yes.
Start over like early. I would have started a long time ago. I mean, because it literally has changed my life. The whole concept of having your own business is this. I worked for someone for all 28 years and before my nursing career. To be able to have to be my own boss, it's just been life changing for me. And I would have started early, and I would have gotten started early and pulled more people in. Because really, it took that life event for seeing other people let go from my job to really stir me. But what if I had got stirred earlier, right at the beginning? Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, we got 10 seconds left. Any last minute tips that you would like to give our team?
Well, just like what I just said, I would say get started. Just the business is phenomenal. The incentives are incredible, the commission. So don't let anyone stop you from having the success that you deserve, because it is there for everyone. It's up to us. It's our mindset. We can do it. And we need to just keep pushing forward and lift each other up and encourage, because that success is there for you. Absolutely.
Awesome. I love it. Just go for it, guys. Just go for it. I can definitely relate to that. Well, thank you so much for your time. I do now have the honor and privilege to go out to another friend and mentor of mine who I love hearing speak because she just brings such positive mindset to everything. Miss Lynn Schuster Williams, it is yours.
Thank you so much, Dani. It's so fun. I have a whole page of notes, Sheila. Thank you for that. Thank you to everybody who's gone and done such a great job. So I'm here for our personal development moment tonight, folks. And, this is kind of doing a personal development moment for this group is kind of like preaching to the choir, right? And so I thought about what can we really say that'll make a difference. And I know that we all know that it's better to respond than react, right? That knee-jerk reaction gets in our way sometimes, and it's better to have a thoughtful response. And we all know that it's our personal development that we keep up with ongoing that allows us to respond and not react. But have you ever had one of those moments when something just takes you by surprise and knocks you off center, and all of a sudden you react, and then later you look back at it and go, well, that didn't really come from my personal development, did it? Right. So I had a situation like that fairly recently. I was driving along my car and in town on a 4-lane in the middle of the afternoon. All of a sudden we were blindsided by a deer, and we couldn't see it coming, hit the side of the car, and it just took my breath away. Like, I could not breathe. It was that fight or flight kind of reaction. And I literally couldn't breathe, even though in my head, I knew I was fine. I knew it was no big deal. The deer was even fine, got up and ran off, right? But I just had this big reaction. But luckily, there was someone in the car with me who reached out and put their hand on my shoulder and said, it's okay, just breathe. Just pull over and just breathe. And it's sometimes, even though we have all this, personal development, all this knowledge, it's the people around us that allow us to access it, right? That person in the car who put their hand on my shoulder and said, it's okay, just breathe. They could still see the vision of a safe drive, even when I had kind of lost that vision, right? And so it's the same thing in this business. In this business, here we are at the beginning of July. Here we are with all these big opportunities in front of us. A lot of us are really excited about the opportunity to go to Maui. A lot of us are really excited about what we could accomplish. And, Sheila Byrd said, I'm going back to my notes, don't let anyone stop you. We all know that sometimes they're naysayers in our business and we shouldn't listen to them. We all know sometimes they're naysayers in our lives, our families, at our workplaces, whatever, right? But the biggest one is right here between our ears. So don't let anyone stop you means don't let you stop you, right? And that's where our personal development is so important. And remembering the power of a mastermind. Success Partners International is your mastermind for your business. We get together 5 days a week, Monday through Friday on our stretch call, and we support each other and we believe in each other and we celebrate every Friday with each other. And we absolutely do what Napoleon Hill said a mastermind does, which is that synergy energy, that energy of mastermind partners who will believe with you in your safe drive, even when your breath has been taken away by the deer hitting the car, right? And so whatever that looks like in your business, at that moment where you don't believe anymore, or you doubt, that self-doubt, that self-talk that says, oh, I don't know if I can really go to Maui. I've never recruited 9 people in 90 days, or whatever your little story is you're telling yourself in your head. Remember that you have a mastermind of people who do know it's possible, who will believe with you, and who will help make you respond in a way that will build your business, not react to the negative self-talk in your head. Dani, thanks for having me. Dani and Leigh, appreciate all you do to keep this an interesting Zoom, and back to whoever goes next.
Whoever's me. All right. Thank you, Lynn. So you might notice that we've shifted a little bit. We've changed our training tidbit just a little. Lynn will be going first week of the month to help us get our heads set for the month. The second week will be our celebrations with Matt Miller. So be sure and get celebrations to Matt during the week. And we will put his information in the Team Ascent Facebook group as well with Annette, so that you can send her stories. And then our third week will be Susan Comer with tips on how to achieve P Club. And then the fourth week will be Jane sharing resources. So we haven't lost anything. We've just shifted it just a little. And part of it is because this next segment, the behind the scenes with a Millionaire Club member, we've been going a little bit long on this one, and we realized we really needed a little bit more time. So by shifting things around, I now have 7 minutes, Timmer Halligan, for you and I to chat a little bit. You are up, my friend, and I'm going to set the timer because I know that both of us can go and go and go and go. So I'm going to turn that timer on right now. So Timmer, several folks have heard the story about how John called you. I want to go back prior to that. Tell us a little bit about how you found Legal Shield.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, I've got to say that this Zoom call that you all do each week, since we've taken back in and gotten into this, you all do such an amazing job, better than any job I ever did, leading the calls and organizing stuff. Y'all are fantastic. So I wanted to throw that out there to everyone. But you know, I was, my background was I played professional tennis. I was running some tennis clubs downtown Chicago. One of the guys that was working at one of the other clubs came to me and said, got something I want to show you. Take about 15 minutes. You may or may not be interested. He came over on a Saturday morning. We sat down and got the membership right away, became an associate that day, sold some memberships, but never plugged into anything for about 5 or 6 years, just sold a lot of memberships. So that was the pre-John Drennan story.
Well, so did he bring the video with him? Is that, and y'all watch the video, or did he talk about it?
Nope, just talked about it, sat at my kitchen table, sat down, pulled out a brochure, told me what it was. I saw that your will was prepared. He said, hey, would you like to make some money? I said, sure, I'm pretty busy. I don't have a whole lot of time. I got a lot of things going on, as you know, because he knew what I did for a living, because he worked for me, and signed up right there on the spot.
Fantastic. And I know that you made that part of your business. Now, why did you add that in, and how did you add it in, since you were so busy running the tennis clubs?
You know, what I did was, I made probably the mistake a lot of people made. I went and told everybody at my work, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do because I was running clubs. But I went out and told everybody about the membership, and then I joined my local chamber of commerce. And so, my local chamber of commerce is about 45 minutes away from where I was downtown Chicago. So I would just go to networking meetings every single day, and do that either before work or after work or whatever the case may be. And then we started a luncheon. And once we started that luncheon, I know Steve Beck's on here, Linda Beck's on here, Annette Zobar's on here, Kathleen Ramsey, all these folks. We started this luncheon in Oswego many, many years ago, and the rest is history.
So talk a little bit about following up with those folks. Did you have a particular process that you used when people were invited you invited folks to the Zoom? What was your process?
You invited people to, are you talking about back in the day?
I mean, sorry, the briefing, not the Zoom.
I just usually ask people, because we had lunch on Fridays, it was a cool place. We had a really cool venue. They had a nice bar that was there. And I usually just ask people, what are you doing for lunch on Friday? Because normally at the end of the week, people are ready to, chill out and relax. And I'd say, hey, we've got this event going on over the Tap House Grill, and the meal's on me. And good food, good drink, and good people make for a great combination for business.
So how long were you connected with Legal Shield before you got that call from John Drennan? So talk a little bit about what that looked like.
Well, I think I started with Legal Shield in 2004, and I talked to John in 2009. So I remember John Drennan called me for the first time. And listen, I had been invited to events. My sponsor, in fact, I take that, man, I did go to a Dave Savola event down in Peoria, but I was just going because we're driving a boat down there. So I was like, that's kind of cool. But my sponsor tried to get me to come to events, tried to get me to do things. And quite honestly, it was just a major error in judgment. I should have started plugging in right away, like Sheila talked about. It probably cost me $500,000 to, not plug in right away. But Mr. Drennan just called me one day and he said, this phone call is long overdue. And it was at a time in my life when I was looking for a lot more, right? Not just a little bit more. I was looking for a lot more. And, timing is everything. So I appreciate that day. I remember it like it was yesterday. I can, replay it in my mind. I could tell you where I was at. I could tell you what I said right after I got the message. It was just a life-changing call.
So talk a little bit about, fast forward now to when you got your first ring.
Well, it's and Mr. Drennan started the whole thing when he said, how many people can you put in a room? And I said 20, and I think we had 19. And nothing has ever changed since that. The room has just changed. It's gone from being a restaurant or a hotel room to a Zoom room, but it's all about just showing up. I mean, just go into the events. There's people right now and they're thinking they're not going to go to Phoenix, Arizona. That's just a major error in judgment. You got to go to Phoenix. I mean, that's where the international convention is. I mean, can you survive in this business if you don't? Yeah, you can. Can you thrive in the business? You know, probably not as good as you will, or the curve is going to be a lot longer. And so Mr. Drennan always challenged me, you know, and when I'd say I couldn't do something, he'd say, well, that's a major error in judgment. And, you know, you guys can all hear him saying that. And, you know, I just listened, right? I mean, I just listened. You know, I remember a phone call, you know, when John was on many, many years ago, and we were talking about, you know, his income, and he was looking at his total sales, and he was going through and he said, Timmer, guess what? You have 90% of all your organizational sales. And I was like, yes, I do. And he's like, I have 1% of my organizational sales. And I go, ooh, yes, you do. I said, that's pretty darn powerful. I said, and he makes probably 5 times what I make, because I was probably making about 15 grand with Legal Shield, right? He's probably making 10 times that actually. And so I just listened. And so that's really been the key to success.
So for the folks that are new on our call, you know, Jessica just started this past week. So talk a little bit about what it means to be a Millionaire Club member.
You know, it's you know, I think the best part about it is it's still ahead of me, right? That's the best part about it. Because I look at my career outside of Legal Shield, and I've made $1 million, but they stopped paying me on that $1 million, right? When I got a different job, they stopped paying me. When I'd go to a different club, they would stop paying me. But with Legal Shield, you've earned that $1 million, and they just keep paying you month after month, year after year. See, that to me is what's so powerful about it. You know, I mean, I've got a wife who's, you know, 15 years younger than I am. And she swears I may go before her, but she stresses out a lot, and I'm pretty carefree. So I think I may outlive all of them. But, you know, I also want to make sure that she's taken care of, you know, and as much money as you can make doing something else, you can't do that and get the residual that will continue, you know, to grow long after you're gone. And so that's to me what, you know, making the money is, you know, and we help a lot of people. Stories are freaking awesome. I mean, there's not a person on here that doesn't love their Legal Shield membership. I get goosebumps, right? Because the thing works. When you need it, it works. When you need ID Shield, it's there, right? I mean, it's just peace of mind. And so that's what makes it great. If we didn't have a great product, you know, listen, I've had ring earners quit. I've had people in Performance Club quit. I've had people who've gotten trips quit. But here's what I'll tell you. They all still have their Legal Shield membership. All of them. No matter where they went, no matter what they did, they all keep the membership, and they keep referring people back to it no matter what they're doing, even if they're not even in the business, right? So that's what I love about our company.
Well, Timmer, our time is actually up, but I'm going to give you just 10 seconds to give us one parting shot. We so appreciate you doing this and everything you do for our team. What's
One
the
parting shot,
one tidbit? Just
don't quit. Keep working hard and don't quit. Don't let your activity go down. And don't quit. That's it.
Awesome. Timmer Halligan, you totally rock. First time I met him, his energy blew the top of my head off, and I've enjoyed being around you so much and everything you do for our team. Mr. Halligan, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Folks, we so appreciate you. And now it is time for our motivational moment. This is our wrap up for the evening. And Steve Beck kicked us off. He's got a video for us in just a minute. And his better half, Linda Beck, is going to do our motivational moment.
Thank you, Leigh. Linda Beck, Morris, Illinois, background mortgage underwriting. Positivity is a state of mind we would all like to achieve, but it's not always easy. As my day starts, I look for positive, and it's often hidden in the work in Legal Shield. That's why I'm on the stretch call first thing in the morning. We are so lucky to have the ability to earn money and make a difference in people's lives. Every one of us should wake up smiling, knowing that we are doing something that matters. If you are part-time, I know that it's not easy when you have a job that takes up most of your day. I would start the day at work intentionally being positive. Then as the day progressed, that feeling went away. I had to change something. I put my whiteboard up in front of me and I wrote on it, something amazingly awesome is going to happen today. And when things got tough, I would look at that and there it was. I made sure that I would do something Legal Shield each day, no matter how much time I had. 5 minutes here, an hour there, sometimes a day would be blocked off. Working Legal Shield into a day, each day helps the positive feelings linger and your business get stronger. We are so lucky we have mentors, workout partners, friends, and uplines who are available to help us. Every one of us is lucky, whether we are full-time or you have a job, your positivity is there and ready to expand. Positivity, it takes time and a little effort each day, but the rewards can be life-changing. Let's do this. Thank you.
Congratulations, Linda, Maui bound. Thank you so much. And folks, thank you for being on the call this evening. We usually do this on Sunday. We had to adjust this week, and Steve Beck has always got a great video to wind us up for the rest of the week. And tomorrow morning, our stretch call is at 7 Central, 8 Eastern.